Hello everyone. Today we learn regarding encephalitis. So, it is acute diffuse inflammatory process that affects the brain parenchyma. So, it is the most commonly occur due to the viral infection. So, from that inflammatory process affecting the parenchyma of the brain. Then encephalopathy. So, in that clinical syndromes of the alert mental status altered the mental status, then manifesting as reduce the consciousness or alert the behavior, then may cause the including viral encephalitis. So in that the mental status that will be altered and the also the reducing the consciousness and the alter the behavior also. Then causes of the acute viral encephalitis. So in that some of the viruses that occur and the encephalitis may be diagnosed from the patient. Then so in that herpes viruses, then the enteroviruses, then the paramexovirus, then the measles, also in that measles and the mumps, then the also others are the rare, so that HIV, rabies, then the rubella, then the adenoviruses, influenza viruses, or the HIVs. So these all are the rare. Then HSV1. So it is so in that primary infection occurs in the oral mucosa. So it is started from the oral mucosa infection. So from that also encephalitis occurs. So virus is then the travels along the trigeminal nerves to the ganglion. It is the also travel from the trigeminal nerves to the ganglion into the brain. Then 70% case of the HSV-borne encephalitis already have the antibody present, suggesting the reactivation of the viruses, which is the most common mechanisms. So in children, the HSV-borne encephalitis occurs during the primary infection. Then HSV2. It is transmitted via the genital mucosa. So, from the genital herpes in the adults, this is the occur into the adults. Okay, so then may cause due to the meningitis. Okay, recurrent meningitis also, and the encephalitis into the neonates. Also, this will be occurred may cause from the HSV2. So, in the viral encephalitis, we need to move on to the clinical presentation or clinical features. So, in that typical presentation, so in that acute flu like prolonged, then the high fever, and in the encephalitis, there is a severe headache. Okay, the patient may feel the severe headache. Then the altered the consciousness, so that drowsiness, confusion, or the patient may go into the coma stage, then the lethargy stage also. Then the, some of the patient having the seizures, then low grade fever. So more subtle presentation. So in that low grade fevers, then speech disturbance, then behavioral changes. Okay, so in speech disturbance, there is a dysphagia and the aphasia occurs. Then typical CSF findings. So in the encephalitis, there is a WBC counts. There will be a normal to slightly increase in the report patient reports. Then the protein that will be also the slightly increase. Then the glucose that is the normal range into the encephalitis. Then the appearance that will be a clear appearance. Then the CT scan and the MRI or the EEG that also we need to diagnose. We also go through that also. Then the medication. So in that mainly common the antiviral. So in the antiviral we need to provide the patient acecloprid. That also 10 mg per kg infused over the 1 hour. So it is for to 40 to 21 days. We need to provide the 40 to 21 days. This is the medication. So the goal of the use of the antivirals that shorten the clinical course, that prevents the complication, prevents the development of the lethargy and the subsequent reoccurrence, and to decrease the transmission and elimination the established latency. So this is the use for the or the goal of the antiviral drugs. The complication, which all are the complication occur due to that. So in that the mainly the seizures also occur. Then the antidiuretic hormone that will be inappropriate. Then they increase the intracranial pressure. Then nursing priorities. So we need to check the patient's neurological status and vital status. So we need to also advice or the we can give the hygienic needs like mouth care, hair care, and skin care, and the physical comfort like we need to give the clean and calm environment in comfortable position. Okay, we need to give the comfortable position. So in that some of the position like semi-fowlers, fowlers, the supine position. Then nutritional needs. So we need to give the balanced diet, the elimination. So in that we also change the soiled linen. Then safety needs. So for that bed railings and the splinting also. Then special care during the fever. So then the communication needs. So we need to talk with patient and the reassurance, then the confidence from that also they maintain. Then psychological and the spiritual needs, so mental and the moral supports we need to give to the patients. Then nursing diagnosis, so some of the altered thought process related to failure in the memory and the lack of the self-protective behavior. These all are the some of the nursing diagnosis. Then the nursing intervention, so from the clinical features, if the patient having fever, so we need to give the tepid sponging, then the hot water bottle if chill fever occur, then the attach the nasal oxygens if needed. Then we need to give the comfortable bed with the pillow, soft padded. Uh, then Macintosh provide the Macintosh antidepressant to reduce the complication of the bed wetting. Then provide the calm and the dim lightened environment to reduce the irritability. Then give the monitoring in the morning or the night. Okay, so that will be a helpful for the patient. Then encourage the small frequent feeds. Then give the parental nutrition as needed and maintain the IV infusion for the nasogastric tube. So thank you.